Hi, I'm Mariama Wrightster, and this is my Language of Anatomy video assignment. I will start off by describing the body regions and the anatomical terminology. So the first one we have is the hallux. That'll be the big toe. The axillary, which is the armpit. The buccal, which is the cheek. The pollex, which is the thumb. The patellar, which is the kneecap. Oral, which is the mouth. Mental, which is the chin. The brachial, which is the arm above the elbow. The antebrachial, which is the forearm. The crural, which is the front of the lower leg. Umbilical, which is the navel area. Femoral, which is the thigh. Calcaneal, which is the heel. Sural is the calf. Popliteal is the back of the knee. Olecranon is the posterior of the elbow. Acromial is the point of the shoulder. And the occipital is the base of the skull. Next, we will start with the directional terms. The head is superior to the sternum. The olecranon is distal to the acromial, which means it's going away from the trunk. The axilla is proximal to the brachium, which means that it's closer to the trunk than the brachium is. The nose is medial to the eyes, which means it's closer to the center of the body. The elbow is proximal to the carpus. The elbow is closer to the trunk than the carpus is. The sternum is more anterior than a vertebral column, which means it's closer to the front of the body. The umbilicus is inferior to the sternum, which means it's further away from the head. The patella is proximal to the tarsus, which means it's closer to the trunk than the ankle is. The ears are more lateral than the nose, which means it's further away from the center. Now I'm going to go through the 9 abdominal regions and the abdominal pelvic cavity. Here we have the right hypochondriac, which has the liver and the gallbladder. Here we have the epigastric, which has the stomach and the ribs. Here we have the left hypochondriac, which holds the diaphragm and the spleen. This will be the right lumbar, which has the ascending colon of the large intestines and a small portion of the small intestines. We have the umbilical, which has the transverse colon and the small intestines. And then next we have the left lumbar, which has the descending colon of the large intestines and the greater omentum. Here we have the right iliac, which holds the cecum and the appendix. Here we have the hypogastric, which has the urinary bladder and the groin. And lastly, we have the left iliac, which has the lymph node and the initial part of the sigmoid colon. This concludes my lab video. Thank you very much.